Hi, I'm Jasmine, the creator's tax strategist and coach. I help high-earning content creators and entrepreneurs save money on taxes through tax planning and strategizing for now and for the future. I'm known for using a legacy and wealth trifecta to illustrate for my clients their tax and asset protection plan in a single diagram. Today, we're diving into a topic that is crucial for creators and entrepreneurs to understand and make sure that they are super savvy with. The 1099 versus W-2 debate. Understanding the implications of classifying your help as 1099 contractors versus W-2 employees is essential to managing your business correctly and in compliance with federal law as it relates to who should be classified as a contractor and who should be classified as a W-2 employee. If you're looking to learn about this topic, then please stick around and enjoy the video. First, let's talk about the W-2 employee and their form that they receive at the end of the year, being a W-2 income statement. A W-2 is issued at the end of the year, namely the following year at the close of the previous year during tax season for employees to file their taxes. A W-2 will summarize for you how much income you earned the prior year, how much income taxes were withheld at the federal level, how much Social Security and Medicare taxes you paid. It will generally outline and share with you any contributions you made to your 401k, retirement accounts through your employer. And at the state level, if you are in a state that has a state income tax liability, then it will also share how much you made at the state level and perhaps how much taxes were withheld from you during the year at the state level. All of this information is used to file your taxes to reconcile whether you overpaid during the year or whether you underpaid during the year. Nevertheless, as a W-2 employee, you should have had taxes withheld from your paycheck. And at the very least, even if you went exempt on your paychecks, meaning you asked for them to not withhold any federal or state income tax, you surely had Social Security and Medicare taxes withheld. On the opposite side of this, related to contractors, we're dealing with the 1099 NEC Form, which stands for non-employee contractor. A 1099 NEC form works similar to a W-2 statement in the sense that it is also an income statement issued to you after the close of the calendar year, generally during tax season when you are getting ready to file your personal taxes. Big differentiator between a 1099 and a W-2 is that for a 1099 contractor, the person, namely the business owner who issued that 1099 to the contractor, was not responsible for withholding federal income tax, state income tax, nor Social Security and Medicare tax. That means that if this contractor was not correctly filing estimated quarterly taxes during the year that they were earning that income, then they're likely going to have a large tax bill after considering their expenses, hopefully, because remember, 1099 contractors are eligible to deduct expenses. Nevertheless, if they were not paying estimated quarterly taxes during the calendar year that they were earning the money, then likely they will have a bill due even after they consider their expenses that will lower their taxable income. Now that you know the difference between those two forms and who they relate to, I want to continue to explain to you a little bit more about the difference of what it means to be classified as a 1099 contractor versus a W-2 employee. Let's get into it. A 1099 contractor is generally someone who you do not have a lot of control over their time starting, time ending, where they're working, what tools they're using, how they're doing what they're doing, but rather they're just responsible for giving you the end result that you have agreed to being the responsibility of what that person provides for you. In the example of a roofer, you're not dictating what time they start, how they do their job, what tools they do their job. You're just contracting them to give you a new roof. And so at the end of your engagement, you're due a new roof and they're due the amount of money that you agreed to without you having the responsibility of holding any taxes out of that roofer's money that they earned. in the example of a W-2 employee, you generally do have a lot more control over what that employee does, when they start, when they end, where they work, whether they use your tools or their own, your equipment or their own, and really how much autonomy they do or don't have over the end result of what their job and what their performance looks like. In that case, that person is typically an employee, and because they are an employee, you as the business owner and employer does have the responsibility of withholding federal and income tax, Social Security and Medicare tax, matching their Social Security and Medicare tax, as well as carrying insurance like workers' compensation or unemployment insurance to help offer some level of protection to the person who is actually your employee. Now that you understand the forms and who the forms relate to and why, I want you to keep in mind that the IRS loves auditing businesses for misclassification of contractors and employees. That means that if you have one large expense for contractors and not really enough employees on payroll, that might trigger the IRS to look at your operations and wonder how you might be operating this multi-million-dollar business with only contractors and not employees. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot have a huge business that only operates on contractors, because there are such digital businesses in today's world where you are able to make a lot of money with having a very small team, and that very small team being offshore agencies and or contractors. However, the important thing is to just make sure that you are properly and adequately documenting who does what, how, why, and where, so that if you ever came across an IRS audit for classification of your contractors versus employees, you could pass without a breeze because you've been correctly classifying them and documenting that implementation along the way. If you enjoyed this and got good value out of it, then please make sure you like this video, leave us a comment below to let us know how I could best serve you in the future, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos to come.